Very, very good morning to all of you, my friends. Welcome back. So, in the previous two sessions, we discussed the concepts of standard costing, and I gave you guys homework wherein I told you guys to solve all the questions of study material and be it illustration, be it practical problem related to material and labor variances. So, anyone with any doubts or queries? You can please post your queries. The homework was for all the questions of study material, be it illustration, be it practical problem. So anyone with any doubts or queries? Let me give you a brief about what all we discussed in the previous two sessions. So we discussed material and labor variances, wherein first we covered material cost variance. That was standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. Next was material price variance. That is again standard price minus actual price into actual quantity. Material usage variance. That is standard quantity minus actual quantity into standard price. Material mix variance. Standard mix minus actual quantity into standard price. Material yield variance. That is this was the part what we discussed in material variance. Similarly, in labor also, just the same way, labor cost variance, and it was standard hours into standard rate minus actual hours into actual rate. So instead of quantity, it will be hours, and instead of price, it will be rate. Rest, there is no change. Labor rate variance, that is standard rate minus actual rate into actual hours. Labor time or efficiency variance, when standard hours minus actual hours into standard rate. Labor mix variance, that is standard mix minus actual hours into standard rate. Labor yield or efficiency or sub-efficiency. That was standard hours minus standard mix into standard rate. Again, mix plus yield will be usage, usage plus price will be cost. Same goes with here also. Labor mix plus yield will be time, and time plus rate will be cost. So this is all what we discussed in the previous two sessions. So are you guys done with the homework? Good morning, Mehak. Good morning, Akhila. Good morning, Maithili. Yes, I'll be discussing. Don't worry. So I hope you guys are done with your homework. Yes, Lohit, Nikunj, Ankita, Mohan, Pawan, Gambira. Anyone with any doubts or queries? So illustration number 6, I got this query from Mehak. Very good, Pawan. Very good, Mehak. Good morning, Gundavram. So any doubts, Pawan? So Mehak is facing some problem in illustration number 6. So I'll be discussing this illustration. So let's start with illustration number 6. I request you guys to open your study material. So Lohit, doubts on the basis of presentation and how are we awarded marks? Can you give example of illustration number 6 with presentation? So I'll be discussing this part also. Don't worry. So this is all what we discussed in the previous two sessions. So now let's start with illustration number 6. So the standard output of product EXE is 25 units per hour in manufacturing department of a company employing 100 workers. So 100 workers are working for 1 hour. So for 100 hours, the output is 25 unit. So 1 unit take, it means 4 hour. The standard wage rate per hour is per labor hour is 6. So budgetary data is given in the question. So herein 25 units per hour by 100 workers. 25 units per hour by 100 workers. It means what? Therefore, it is 25 units are manufactured in 100 hours. Therefore, 1 unit, it takes 4 hours. 25 units are manufactured in 100 hours. So it means 1 unit take 4 hours. So budgeted hours and rate. So for every unit, 4 hours are required, and we are paying them at the rate of rupees 6 per hour. So this is the budgeted data given. Let's move towards the actual data now. So in 42 hours week, the department produced 1040 units of EXE. So what is my output? 1040 units. This is what my output is. So in 42 hours week, the department produced 1040 units of EXE despite 5% of the time being 45% of the time paid being lost due to abnormal reasons. The RD wages actually paid were 6.26 and 5.7 to 10, 30, and 60 workers. So they have bifurcated also. For 10 workers, they paid 6.2. For 30 workers, they paid 6 rupees per hour. And for the remaining 60 workers, they paid 5.70 per hour. So now see, there are three category of hours. Herein we will write down hours paid and rate. So since they work for 42 hours week, so 42 into 10. So it will be 420 hours we paid. For 420 hours, we paid them at the rate rupees 6.2 per hour. That is the amount paid is 2604. For 30 workers, that is for 42 into 30 workers, that is 1260 we pay for 1260 hours. We paid them at the rate rupees 6 per hour. So the amount paid is 7560. Next is for 60 workers, 60 into 42, that is for 2520 hours. We paid at the rate 5.7. That is 14,364. So the total amount paid is 7560 plus 14,364 plus 2604. That is 24,528. And 42 into the number of worker is 100. So it is 4,200. So this is what about the actual hours paid. Now see herein it is idle time also. So we will get actual hours worked. So idle hours are 5%. So 420 into 5%, that is 21 hour are my idle hours. So actual hours worked will be 399. Similarly, 1260 into 5%, that is 63 are my idle hours. So it is 1197. Similarly, 2520 into 5%, that is for 126 hours. The actual hours work will be 2394. So this will be 3990. So we have got the budgeted data and actual data. We have got the calculation of idle hours also now. Now my first point, the data is given for 1 unit of output. So the point is, the first question, are these two figures comparable or not? No, these two figures are not comparable because their output is not same. So we have to prepare so 1 unit 4 hours. Since 1 unit 4 hours, so 1000 units required how much hours? 4160 hours. 1 unit 4 hours, so 1040 requires 4160 hours and the rate is 6. So 24,960. I hope this part is clear to you, Mehak. Yes, Mehak.
Sir, this revised standard I can't understand. Can you repeat once again, sir?
Okay, just be online. 1 unit require how much hours?
4 hours, sir.
एक यूनिट बनाने में आपको 4 hours लगते हैं, राइट?
Yes, sir.
ओके, 10 यूनिट्स बनाओगे कितने hours लगेंगे?
40, sir. 40.
40 hours, राइट?
Yes,
आपने क्या
yes,
किया? 4 into 10, राइट?
yes, sir.
So 1040 units बनाएंगे, how many hours? 1040 into 4.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Simple cross multiplication.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, once this master chart is ready, can you solve this question, Mehak? Yes, Mehak?
Yes,
1 second. So, yes, once this master chart is ready, can you solve this question on your own?
yes, sir.
So, help me out then. Tell me. So, first variance, what we will calculate, Mehak?
Sir, this is standard revised
No, no.
standard
First
minus
variance will be
cost variance, sir.
labor
Labor cost
cost
variance.
variance, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what we'll be writing? We'll be writing the formula also for examiner. Since
Yes,
examiner have no idea about the formula, so we don't assume that examiner knows everything. Examiner, while checking the paper, we have to assume that he knows nothing. So we have to explain him nicely. So now labor cost variance. What is the formula, Mehak?
standard quantity minus actual
Quantity नहीं
um,
है बेटा.
price, sir. Total price.
Standard
Standard price, sir. Standard rate minus.
standard R into standard rate
Yes, sir. Sir,
minus.
sir, I directly calculated with the standard rate
कोई problem नहीं है. So what will be the figure?
24960 minus 24528.
Very good. So what will be the amount? Yes. 24960 minus 24528. What will be the amount, Mehak?
432 favorable, sir.
Very good. 432 favorable. Very good. Okay, now two parts. So herein it will be what?
Labor efficiency variance, sir, and labor
Labor,
price variance.
labor rate variance.
Uh,
First
rate
of all,
variance.
just go with the same pattern what I have discussed. So what will
Yes,
be the
sir.
formula, Mehak?
Sir, labor standard price, standard
Standard
rate
rate,
minus actual rate into actual quantity.
actual hours.
Yes, sir. Sorry,
Labor है ना तो hours होगा, right?
yes,
So
yes, sir.
what is the standard rate?
Standard rates are 6 minus 6.2.
Into
6.2 into 420.
very good. Next,
Then sir 6
six,
minus 6 into 120 1260.
1260. Next,
Then sir 6 minus 5.7
yes.
into 2520.
So what will be the amount? This will be zero, I know. Rest,
Yes sir.
this will be how much? This will be 84 adverse.
84 adverse sir first.
Next, last one will be 756 favorable.
Yes sir 756 favorable.
Net, it will be 672 favorable, right? Right?
Yes sir.
Next is what? Idle time variance. Total idle hours are how much?
210 से
210, right? So 210 into my, sorry, idle hours into standard rate. So 210 into 6. Since it's a loss to the company, so this variance will always be adverse. 1260 adverse, right? Now next, yes, Meg, what will be the last variance?
Sir labor efficiency variance.
Yes, very good. Labor it means to manufacture 1040 units, how much hour we should have worked? 4160. How much hours we actually worked? 4200 into my rate, that is 6. That is standard hours minus actual hours into standard rate. Mix will not be calculated, yield will not be calculated. Mix and yield, when we will calculate, when there are two or more than two categories of workforce. So this will be 240 adverse. 672 favorable minus 1260 minus 240, you will get 432 favorable. Any doubts?
No sir understood. Clear sir.
So the key is, guys, this is the way you can present the solution in exam. You can write down first, because of the space constant, I am written it in the side part. So write down first this part, then this part, and then you can start with the solution. I hope, Lohit, this part is clear to you. Yes, Lohit?
Sir, no, it is this is what I wanted to ask. Right now, in the question, it is like they give sub questions, right? Bracket number one, two, three, like 1, 2, and 3. Shouldn't we answer in the same order that they have asked for, or
It's
can
up
we
to you.
keep it?
Instead of preparing it in diagrammatic form, right? Instead of, you can write down labor cost variance as first. Okay. This is second. This is third. This is fourth. So you can solve it in straight way also. I have just presented it in diagrammatic form. Both the approaches are correct.
But this would they wouldn't cut marks for this because
Not even single marks.
okay.
Anything else?
Sir, and if we do the calculation over here, it shows 828 adverse.
Where?
Here, 1620 plus 240 is 14. 1500 minus 672.
672.
labor efficiency should be 4160 minus 3990, right?
1 second. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. Sorry. So since we have removed the effect of idle hours, sorry guys, 3990 into 6. Sorry. So this will be how much? I skipped this part. Instead of this, I should have taken this. I've discussed previously also. Sorry guys. 4160 minus 3990 into 6. Sorry. So this will be 1020 favorable, right?
Yes.
Sorry, it's my mistake. Anyone else with any doubts or queries? Yes, Lohit?
No, sir. This was it. And the max that you have shown working for 25 per units per hour by 100 workers, this small working is more than enough for the
This much is
example.
more than sufficient.
Okay.
Yeah. So alternatively, you can just write down first, second, third, fourth. This approach is correct. This is just for you guys to understand it in a better way. So that's why I mean it's like the total should be 432. And I think I skipped this part. It is not 4160 minus 4200. It is 4160 minus 3990 because the impact of 210 hours I have already covered it idle time variance. Anyone else with any doubts or queries?
Sir, if ideal hour, then we calculated with actual hour work.
Yes, I have discussed this in the previous session also. See, the
Yes.
total difference is 4160 minus 4200. Of this, 210 is idle hours. So this difference is already considered as idle time variance. So we are now left out with difference of 4160 minus 3990. That's why.
So when calculated cost variance or rate
Cost variance will
variance,
be
then
straight away because see, cost variance मतलब क्या होता है कितना पे करना चाहिए था कितना पे किया. So generally the payment is made on these hours. For idle hours also the company is paying to the workers.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, anyone with any doubts or queries? Nikunj, Lohit, hopefully all your queries are resolved. Pawan, any doubts? Pooja, Prachi,
Sir,
Surinder,
sir, how it will be? It is very simple doubt, but I can't
Maithili,
understand.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Maithili,
Uh,
tell me.
this 25 units is equal to 100 hours. That 100 hours, how it will be calculated, sir?
See, what is the question? Can you please read the question loud? Read the first
Standard
line of
out
the question.
the
It is
standard
just
output of product. Yes, sir. The standard output of product EXE is 25 units per hour in manufacturing department of a company employing 100 workers.
that much is sufficient. So 100 workers are working for 1 hour, right?
Yes, sir.
To manufacture how many units?
25 units.
So it means total 100 hours we work jointly to
Hello.
manufacture 25 units.
It will give in 100 workers. How it
100
will 100?
workers, but they are working for 1 hour.
Okay.
See, the standard output of a product EXE is 25 unit per hour in a manufacturing department of a company employing 100 workers. So it means 100 workers are working in this manufacturing department for 1 hour each to manufacture 25 units. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Okay, sir.
Anyone else with any doubts? Lohit, all your queries are resolved now?
Sir, I'm audible.
Yes? Your name?
Excuse me. Like, I'm Anil, sir. Like, just a second.
Hi, Anil. Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, actually, I'm getting struggled, to convert that, actuals into revised standard. Like, do you have any strategy for that? Like, like, in the question, they are, mixing all the data, all the information, it is a bit confusing, and like I'm not able to trigger that. Could you please help me
So,
how
Anil,
to?
just a question from my end, first of all. After reading the question, okay, I mean, have you ever started directly with the solution or आपने पहले solution देखा है study material का?
Sir, I don't know Hindi. Like after reading the
Anil,
question,
Anil, Anil.
I'm
What I'm saying is, I have a very simple question for you. That when you read the question, you directly start writing the solution, or you just check the solution of study material.
no, sir. Like I'm trying to examine the question as many times as possible, sir, from my
See,
side.
Anil, the concept is very simple. When talking about revised standard, first and the foremost thing, revised standard will be calculated using output. Okay?
Yeah, sir. Output. Yeah,
Revised standard should be
that's the
calculated.
key point.
That is the key point. So herein also, 4 hours we are working. For how many unit? For 1 unit, right? 4
Yeah, sir.
hours
We have
for 1 unit.
converted.
So 1040 units, how many hours? 4160.
Yeah, sir. Like I'm not worried about that proportion, sir. I'm clear with that uh, proportion conversion. But while handling like in case of multiple workers, like multiple sources, then I'm getting confused. Like I'm not able to identify the output in the question. Like
Okay, so have you
sometimes
solved
they were not
illustration
mentioned.
number? Okay, so let's discuss one illustration number 7, and I want you to solve this illustration. Okay, so read the illustration number
Okay,
7, please.
just a second,
Okay,
sir.
just 1 second, guys. Those who want to copy this presentation can please copy, because see, this is the presentation what I'm following for all the material and labor variances. So please, I request you guys to copy this presentation. The solution is there in the study material, but I have presented it in a different way. So I just want you guys to note down. Then Anil, I'll just get back to you, giving you 2 minutes time to copy everything. Done, everyone? Okay, so Anil, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So read illustration number 7.
Sir, actually, I'm using same mobile for material as well as
So
class. That's
NPX
the issue.
Limited. This is the same question you have. Illustration number 7,
Yes,
NPX
sir.
Limited.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, loud and clear. Tell me.
Just a second. Yes, sir. NPX Limited uses standard costing system for manufacturing its product X. Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. Please continue.
Following is the budgeted data given in relation to labor hours for manufacture of 1 unit of product X.
So the output is how much? The budgeted data is given for how many unit?
So 1 unit of product X. Like all these labor together are manufacturing 1 unit of product X. Am I correct, sir?
Perfect. So how many skilled, semi-skilled, and unskilled, right?
Yes, sir.
How many hours? 2, 3, and 5.
Yes, sir.
And what is
And the
the
rate
rate?
is 643.
Okay. Now let's proceed further.
Yes.
Please continue.
Now, in the month of January, total 10,000 units were produced. Following are the details.
How many? What is the actual output?
10,000 units, sir.
Okay. And how
And
many hours?
the contributed hours contributed by each of labor,
Yeah.
18,000 hours by skilled labor,
33,000 by semi-skilled.
33,000 semi-skilled, and 58,000 hours by unskilled workers.
Okay, hold on. I hope this much is clear. This is what the data given in the question, right?
Yes, sir.
Now we have to calculate. My first question, are these two figures comparable?
No, sir.
Why?
In the sense, we have to
No, why these
comparable,
figures are not comparable?
because these are at for 10,000 units,
The
and
budgeted data
these
is
are for
given for
1
1
unit.
unit and actual
1
data is
unit,
given for 10,000 units, right?
10,000. Yes, sir,
So we
exactly.
have to convert this 1 unit data into 10,000, right?
Yes, sir.
So 1 unit, how many hours?
2
Of
hours for 18, in the same proportion for 18,000
No, 1 unit,
hours.
how many hours for skilled?
2 hours, sir.
So for 10,000 units, how many hours are required? 1 unit, 2 hours.
Just 20,000 hours.
Very simple. So similarly, herein also 1 unit, how many hours?
3 hours.
So for 10,000 units,
30,000.
similarly 1 unit, 5 hours. So 10,000 units.
50,000.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to discuss one more question?
No, sir, I'm clear.
Sure?
I'm clear, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
No. Wait. One more question. Let's take one more question for better understanding. See, many students, I think, are facing this query. I appreciate that you just came up and told me clearly that this is what the problem I'm facing. So anyways, let's move towards one of the practical problem.
Okay, sir.
Practical problem number 1, a very basic question.
Okay, sir.
Let's move towards practical problem number 1.
Sir, shall I read the question?
I'll read it for you. So for making 10 kgs, I request you guys to open practical problem number 1, page number 13.57. For making 10 kg of Semco, the standard material requirement is 8 for A, 4 kgs for B, and the rate is given. During April, 1000 kgs of the product was manufactured, and the actual consumption is given. So budgeted data is given. So quantity, price, A and B, 8 and 4. And output, so total inputs are 12. Output is how much? Yes, output is how much?
Sir, output is like 1000 kg.
No, budgeted output.
10 kg, sir.
Huh?
So budgeted output it is 10 kg.
Yes. So to manufacture 10 kgs, we require 8 kgs of A, 4 kgs of B, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, actual output is how much?
1000 kg, sir.
Very good. It is 750 and 500. Price is 7 and 5. Okay, my question to you, Anil, are these two figures comparable? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Why?
Because budgeted output is for 10 kg and the actual output is for 1000 kg.
So now we have to prepare what?
Revised standard.
So now, how you will calculate?
For 10, like
8
for
inputs. 8 kgs for 10 units, right?
10 units. Yes, sir.
So for 1000 kgs, how much input is required?
800.
Similarly, for this one, 4 kgs for 10 units. So for 1000 kgs, how much?
So 400.
I hope now this concept is clear.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Perfect. Any doubts now?
Yes. No doubt, sir.
Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, anyone else with any other doubts or queries? I'm here to address all your queries. So anyone with any doubts or queries, guys? I want to discuss one more question. Illustration number 8. It's a very good question and it's a bit tricky. So let's start with illustration number 8. Page number is 13.33. Illustration number 8. So let's start with this question. The standard labor employment and the actual labor engaged in a week for a job are as under. The standard labor employment and the actual labor engaged in a week for a job are as under, wherein standard number of workers in the gang is given semi-skilled, skilled and unskilled. Actual number is also given. Standard wage rate is given per hour, not per worker. It is given per hour. Actual wage rate is also given per hour. During the 40 hours week, the gang produced 1800 standard labor hours of work. You are required to calculate the variances. So very important, guys, herein the output is not given in units. The actual output is given in hours. See, herein it is given that during the 40 hours working week, the gang produced 1800 standard labor hours of work. So in 40 hours week, they were able to manufacture 1800 hours of work only. So let's start with this question. So when talking about budgeted hours, see, 32 skilled workers working for how many hours? 40 hours. So it will be 1280. Similarly, 12 into 40, 480 hours. And 6 into 40, it will be 240 hours. The rate is given as 3, 2, and 1. Now, herein the output is not given. The output is not given in units, it is given in hours. And it is given that the actual output is how much? 1800 standard hours of work. Output is given in hours. So since budgeted output is not given, so we will assume that the output is also 2000 hours of work. So if you are working for 2000 hours, your output should also be generated for 2000 hours. But herein, when talking about actual, they were able to generate 1800 hours of work. Let's check out how much hours they worked. So actually, skilled workers were 28 into 40, that is 1120. And at the amount what they were paid is 4 rupees. Second, 18 hours of semi-skilled into 40 hours, that is 720. And the rate at which they were paid is rupees 3. So they were paid 2160. Similarly, 4 workers worked for 40 hours. So this will be 160. And the rate at which they were paid is rupees 2. So herein what we can see is that even though they work for 2000 hours, but they were able to generate an output of only 1800 hours. I repeat again, even though they work for 2000 hours, but they were able to generate an output of only 1800 hours. So herein, when talking about the budgetary data, they work for 2000 hours and they were able to generate an output of 2000 hours. But when talking about actual data, even though they work for 2000 hours, but they were able to generate an output of only 1800 hours. So this much data is given in the question now. So let's prepare revised standard. Now, very important, herein the budgeted output is 2000 hours. Actual output is 1800 hours. The budgeted output is of 2000 hours, whereas an actual output is for 1800 hours. So let's calculate standard hours for skilled. So 1280. For how many hours? 2000 hours. So for 1800 hours, how much hours we should have worked?
Sir, 1152.
Okay. Similarly, for semi-skilled, I'm not taking this 2000 hours. I'm taking an output of 2000 hours. Do make a note of it. So 480 for 2000 hours. So for 1800 hours, how much? Particularly in this question, only the output is given in hours. So herein also 240 hours for 2000 hours of output. So for 1800 hours of output, how much? So this is the master chart of this question now. Anyone with any doubts or queries?
Sir, unlike all other questions, like in this
This
question,
is a bit different.
like the output is given in hours, like and we have to convert that those that output we have to calculate revised standard using that output, assuming that the employees are working, like the
Even
output
though
is
they are
giving.
working for 2000 hours, but they were able to generate an output of only 1800 hours. So herein, this is a
Yeah.
unique question wherein the output instead in units, they have given it in hours only.
We have to drop down the budgeted
Convert
hours to 18.
1000 output data into 1800 output data.
Yeah, and like simply like we have to drop down the budgeted hours data of 2000 hours or output to 1800 hours, right, sir? Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Then we will be able to compare everything. Okay,
Yes.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Anyone with any doubts or queries? Yes, Tanmay, Khushi, any doubts? Pooja, Byalal, Surinder, any doubts? Ankita, any doubts? Mehak, Lohit, any doubts? Will you guys will you be able to solve this question now? Yes, everyone. Will you guys be able to solve this question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Start solving now. Start solving this question and post your answers. Do post your answers. Very good, everyone. Very good, Mehak, Pooja, Akhila, Pawan. Yes, rest everyone. Waiting for your answers. Once done with cost, start with rate. Yes, Kambira, Mohan Kumar, Ankita, waiting for your answers. Prachi, Anil, Gabbar, Surinder. Very good, Nikunj. Khushi, waiting for your answers. Very good, Nikunj. Very good, Lohit. Very good, Khushi. Once you are done with cost, second is labor rate variance. Very good, everyone. Very good, Pooja. Very good, Pooja Byalal. Do solve, everyone, please. I'm solving this, but I just want you guys to solve it on your own. When talking about mixed variance, 2000 should be in the ratio of this 3. So the figure will remain same because the total is also 2000.
Sir, this is Lohit here. I have a doubt.
Yes, Lohit, tell me.
Right now here in this example, like in this illustration, the 3 and 4th labor time variance and labor mix variance, we have written standard R minus actual R into standard rate. No, sir. We have the same formula both here, but how are we telling the invigilator that distinguish, like, difference
I mean,
between,
what exactly you're saying?
like the formula here, it says standard R minus actual R.
See, time is this minus this into this, right?
Yeah, no, I understand the, like, where the amounts are coming from. I'm just telling both the places you are writing standard R minus actual R into
Where,
standard.
where, where I'm writing standard hours minus actual hour.
Labor time variance, below labor time variance, it is standard R minus actual R into standard rate.
And second,
Labor mix variance is also
it is standard mix. It is not standard hour.
okay, standard.
2000 should be in the ratio of this. So if you will calculate the ratio, it will come same only.
No, no, I understand the calculation. I was just talking about the formula. Standard
It is
mix.
standard mix, not standard hours.
Okay, standard mix minus actual R into standard rate.
Standard rate.
Mix. Okay.
SMA standard mix. It's clear now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Anyone else with any doubts or queries?
Sir, will this work out? Hello, I'm audible, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Tell me.
Like, while handling the standard mix in computation of mix variance, while handling standard mix, we need to spread it in a revised standard proportion, right? Like in this ratio, right?
2000 should be in the ratio of 1280, 480, and 240. So
Okay,
2000,
sir.
if we distribute it in the ratio of 1 to 80, see here in the total is matching. Ultimately, we have to distribute 2000 in this ratio, and this ratio total is 2000. That's why the standard
Sir,
expenses are matching.
like, will this work out if we spread in a revised standard
The
proportion?
revised standard proportion is also same only. Because
Yeah,
at the
sir.
end of the
Okay,
day, this
that's
is
good.
for 2000 data, and we are converting it into 1800 data. So the proportion will not change.
Okay, sir. Fine. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else with any doubts or queries? Yes, Khushi? Any doubts? Yes, Gabbar, any doubts? Mehak, Pooja, Tanmay, Gaurav, Akila. Because I'm done with material and labor variances, so I'll be starting now with fixed overhead variances. So before starting with fixed overhead, I just want you guys to be thorough with all these parts because the concepts are new in fixed overhead variances. Anyone with any doubts or queries? I hope you guys are feeling better with the concepts now. I've discussed so many questions of material and labor. The concepts are same now. So I request you guys to copy this presentation. Again, the presentation is a bit different from study material. So giving you 3 to 4 minutes time to copy. Plus, note down the concepts, what you have understood in material and labor variances in your language, in your notebook. So giving you 2 to 3 minutes time, then we will start with fixed overhead variances. Gaurav, that's okay. You will be able to understand fixed and variable overhead. Yes, you will find difficulty in material and labor, but you will be done. I mean, you will be able to understand fixed and variable overhead. So don't worry. Anyone else with any doubts or queries? So we are done with material and labor variances. So now moving towards the next part, fixed overhead variances. Okay, 1 second. Sir, idle hours is not there in all the question. If question talk about idle hours, then we should take it, right? Yes, we have to take it idle hours. And idle hours, we will place it in the middle or in the third level. So it's up to us. If the idle hours we are keeping after rate variance, then time variance will change. Then mix and yield will be calculated as per the normal way. However, if we are considering idle hours, after calculating time variance, then there will be change in mix and yield only, no change in time variance. I have discussed this in detail. The same query is asked by Akhila and Mehak. So the calculation will be different. I have discussed in the question. Mehak, hopefully your query is resolved. So fine. It's 8:15 now. So let's take a break. Once after break, we will start with fixed overhead variances because we have to complete fixed overhead variances in one go. So let's take a break of 15 minutes. I'll be back after 15 minutes, wherein we will finish fixed and variable overhead variances. So let's take a break. Admin sir, are you there? Now let's move towards the next part of the chapter, that is fixed overhead variances. Now see guys, whenever you find a question on fixed overhead variances, convert the data in tabular form. See, 90% case, in fact, in 80% cases, the data will be given in tabular form. But if the data is not given in tabular form, convert it into this tabular form. So let's discuss how. So generally, the data will be given as budget and actual. B's will be given, R's will be given, units will be given, and fixed overheads will be given. So in 80% cases, the data will be given in this tabular form. However, if the data is not given in tabular form, if it is given in some language form, then convert this data into tabular form. So this much information will be given in most of the cases when the question will ask you to calculate fixed overhead variances. So this is the question now, wherein the budgeted data is given, actual data is given, budgeted days, actual days, hours are given, units are given, and fixed overheads are given. And the question will ask you guys to calculate all the fixed overhead variances. So let's start with fixed overhead variances. So the first variance what we will calculate is fixed overhead cost variance. When talking about fixed overhead cost variance, it talks about under or over absorption of overhead. I repeat again, it talks about can anyone tell me what is under absorption of overheads? The question is off the topic. It's from overheads. So I hope you guys are thorough with the concepts of overheads. So do you guys, can anyone tell me what is under absorption of overheads? Yes, Ashok. Nikunj, incorrect answer. Yes, Pawan, Ashok, Akhila. Anyone with any opinion? Lohit,
Sir,
Mehak? No, I'm just talking
sir,
about. Yes.
in when in costing, sir, overheads are absorbed not on actual basis but on some other basis. And under absorption is when we absorb
You guys
less
attended the
than
session
actual.
on overheads?
Yes, sir.
Then, Ashok, it is
Sir, can
incorrect.
I explain? Sir, like actually, we are going to prepare budgets, right? For every prior to every year,
Yes.
like we'll be preparing budgets. Like at the end of a year, we'll be getting actual figures.
Yes.
Like in budgets, we estimated like the wrong overheads, uh, and the actuals are very like varying slightly compared to the budgeted ones. Am I correct, sir?
I'm not getting what you are saying. Just type
Like,
your answer. I mean, type your answer, please.
okay,
I'm
sir.
not getting. Okay, so I've got proper and correct answer from. So I've got correct answer from Kambira. Rest everyone incorrect answer. Do revise this chapter overheads. Yes, Pawan, your answer is also correct. Anyways, this is the concept of overheads. I'll be discussing this part. We'll give you a brief about what is under or over absorption of overhead. So now when talking about fixed overhead cost variance, it talks about under or over absorption of overhead. So see 45,000. See, just for your knowledge, under absorption and over absorption, when overhead absorbed, we do compare overheads absorbed with the actual overheads. So when talking about under absorption, if absorbed overheads are less than actual, it is under absorption, and over absorption is vice versa. So under absorption means overheads absorbed are less than actual overheads. So that is under absorption. And if overheads over absorption, if overhead absorbed are more than actual overheads, it is over absorption. Very good, Pooja. Perfect answer. Yes, Anil, very true. Anyways, guys, for detailed understanding, you can just check out my sessions on overheads also in the previous batches. I have taken detailed sessions on overheads also. So just refer those sessions. I have covered each and every point in detail, all the concepts in detail, why under, why over absorption, how to solve the questions. So do refer my earlier sessions, but just for your understanding, under absorption is overheads absorbed are less than actual overhead, then it will be under absorption. If overhead absorbed are more than actual overhead, it will be overhead over absorption. And absorbed overhead means what? Overheads as per budgeted rate. So this has nothing to do with this chapter, just for fixed overhead variance, cost variance only. So absorbed overhead means overheads as per budgeted rate. We will apply the actual hours or actual units to calculate absorbed overheads. Once we will compare absorbed overheads with actual overheads, it can be either under or over absorption. So you can refer my previous batches classes or previous batch classes of overheads. You will get a better understanding of this chapter. Overheads means indirect material, indirect labor, and indirect expenses. We call them as overheads mehek. Anyways, when talking about fixed overhead cost variance, see, 45,000 are my budgeted overheads. My budgeted units are what? 30,000 units. It means my absorption rate is how much? 1.5 per unit. Now we will apply this 1.5 rate to actual units, that is 32,500. We will get absorbed overheads. We will get absorbed overheads, that is 48,750. These are what? My absorbed. If we compare them with actual overheads, that is 50,000. It is under absorption, so that's why this will be adverse. Explaining it in simple terms, very simple terms, 45,000 overheads for 30,000 units. 45,000 overheads for 30,000 units, 45,000 overheads for 30,000 units. So for 32,500 units, how much should be my overheads? 48,750. But for these 32,500 units, how much are my actual overhead? 50,000. So how much extra we incurred? 1250, so that this variance will be adverse. So when talking about, so this is basically under absorption. So just from understanding perspective, I have just mixed it up with under or over absorption. But keeping the thing simple, very simple, guys. 45,000 overheads for 30,000 units. So for 32,500, how much? 48,750. Minus actual overheads are how much? 50,000. So this will be 1250 overheads. कि 45,000 30,000 units पे होते हैं. So 32,500 पे how much? 48,750. Whereas for 32,500 units, how much I actually spent? 50,000. So this is 1250 extra. So that's why this variance will be adverse. Anyone with any doubts or queries? So Pooja, Pawan, and Kambira, your answers were correct. Anyone with any doubts or queries? So very simple, 45,000 overheads for 30,000 units. So for 32,500, how much? 48,750 minus 50,000. So this will be what? Extra 1250. So this will be adverse. Next, fixed overhead expenditure variance. Very simple, straight away. 45,000 was my budgeted fixed overhead. This is what I targeted. My actual fixed overheads are 50,000. How much extra? 5,000 extra. So this variance will be adverse. I'll just check out your point, Nikunj, after some time. Give me some time. Let me complete this explanation first. So when talking about expenditure variance, straight away, 45,000 are my overheads. Budgeted overheads, my actual overheads are 50,000. So 5,000 extra overheads we incurred. So that's why this variance will be adverse. Now, next is fixed overhead volume variance. Now, guys, do pay attention. See, in material and labor, you can easily figure out that if the figure is minus, we can write it as adverse. See, I have explained why it is adverse, favorable conceptually, but sometimes students take it as if it is minus, it is adverse, if it is plus, it is favorable. But this doesn't work with fixed overhead. You have to understand the concepts of fixed overhead variances. So fixed overhead volume variance, do pay attention to the language. Volume means what? Units. Volume means what? Units. So when talking about volume variance, how many units we targeted? We targeted that we will manufacture 30,000 units. We targeted that as per the budget, we targeted that we will manufacture 30,000 units. However, instead of 30,000 units, we did a great job. Instead of 30,000 units, we did a fabulous job. Instead of 30,000, we manufactured 32,500 units. That is 2,500 units extra we manufactured. So it's a very good sign for the company. And since very important, we have to express all these variances in monetary form. So we have to apply the budgeted rate to calculate the variance. So my budgeted rate. Now see, it is units. This is 2,500 units. So we'll be applying the rate per unit. That is 45,000 divided by 30,000 units. So 45,000 divided by 30,000 units. will get the rate 1.5 per unit. So 2,500 into 1.5 per unit will get 3,750 favorable. Why this variance is favorable? That is the key. So we targeted that my budgeted output will be how much? 30,000. My budgeted volume will be 30,000 units. But instead of 30,000 units, we did a great job. Instead of 30,000 units, we manufactured 32,500 units. It means it's a very good sign for the company. They manufactured extra 2,500 units. So these 2,500 units is a very good sign. So this variance will be favorable. Now, since we have to express all these variances in monetary form, so we have to apply the rate per unit. And how come we got this rate per unit? 1.5, 45,000 rupees divided by 30,000 units. We have got this rate per unit. Anyone with any doubts or queries, you can speak to me freely. So first one is cost variance, 45,000 overheads for 30,000 units. So for 32,500, how much? 48,750. Minus actual overheads are 50,000. So this will be 1,250 extra. So this variance will be adverse. Second part, expenditure variance, 45,000 minus 50,000 straight away. This will be 5,000 adverse. Moving towards the next part, that is volume variance. It talks about what units manufactured. So we were supposed to manufacture 30,000 units. However, we manufactured 32,500 units. 2,500 units extra we manufactured into the rate per unit. This variance will be favorable because it's a good sign for the company. Understood, Mathili, Nikunj, Ankita? Nikunj,
Sir, why we have taken budgeted rate instead of actual
the
rate
difference in
here while
budgeted
computing
actual is
volume?
already considered here in expenditure variance. The difference between budget and actual is already considered under expenditure variance. So just from talking,
Okay.
see, when talking about efficiency variance in labor, usage variance in material, we have taken the budgeted rate because we have to ignore the effect. So that's what it is. I hope it is clear.
Okay. Yes, sir. Clear. Thank you.
So now this is all what about volume. Mehak, any doubts? Anyone with any doubts? Anil, any doubts? Pooja Byalal, any doubts? Surinder, Gabbar, any doubts? Akila, Tanmay. This part is very important, guys.
Sir, Lohit this side.
Yes, Lohit, tell me.
Sir, in fixed overhead volume variance, there is an additional day also that has been used for the
I'll be
production.
considering now. See, there is an additional day, there is an additional hours, and it can be efficiency or inefficiency, right? 3 points, right?
Yes.
See, there is a difference in days also. That's why we manufactured extra units. There can be extra hours also. That's why we must have manufactured extra units. And we have to check the efficiency or inefficiency also, right?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You are not sure, right? So let me complete the explanation, then I'll speak to you, Lohit. Surinder, where exactly you are finding the things difficult?
No, sir. Still not any doubts.
No doubt?
Still not any doubts, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now see, as Lohit said that, sir, we manufactured extra unit, we work for extra days also. So let's talk about days. So we call it as calendar variance. Calendar means days. Thank you so much, Mehak. Now, calendar talks about what days. So Lohit, we were supposed to work for 25 days. A question for Lohit. we were supposed to work for 25 days, but we actually worked for 26 days. My first question to you, Lohit, that it's a good sign for the company or bad sign for the company?
A good sign.
Well said. That forget about efficiency or inefficiency, that whether we worked efficiently or inefficiently. But since the company gave a target that you have to work for 25 days in a month, but we actually worked for 26 days. So 1 day extra we worked. So this is a good sign for the company. That's why this variance will be favorable or adverse, Rohit.
Favorable.
Very good. So now we were supposed to work for 25 days, but we worked for 26 days. 1 day extra we worked. Now, since it is, see, herein it was units. So we applied the rate per unit. Here it is day. So we will apply the rate per day. So 45,000 overheads for 25 days.
1,800 units per day.
1,800 rupees per day.
Oh, okay.
So it will be 1,800 per day. So this 1,800 variance will be favorable or adverse, Lohit?
Favorable.
Perfect. Anyone with any doubts or queries that why it is favorable? Mahek, very simple. We were supposed to work for 25 days, but we worked for 26 days. 1 day extra we worked. So it's a good sign or a bad sign? Very simple. Since we worked extra 1 day, so it's a good sign for the company. So we are done with days now. Let's move towards the next part, that these extra units we manufactured because of days and because of hours. So next is fixed overheads. Capacity variance. It talks about what? Hours. So Lohit, what will be the difference of hours? Can you please help me out with it?
3,000 hours.
Okay. Now next question from my side. See, we were supposed to work for 30,000 hours, but we work for 33,000 hours, right?
Yes, sir.
But see, these 30,000 hours were for 25 days. And 33,000 hours is for 26 days. So can we say that this 3,000 answer is correct or incorrect?
Correct.
No. My question is, do you think 3,000 hours is the difference? Is it correct?
3,000 hours is the difference.
See, 30,000 hours, we can say that, okay, we did a fabulous job wherein we work for 3,000 hours extra. But this answer is incorrect because 30,000 hours are for 25 days.
So
And
no,
33,
we have to bring it to 26.
very good,
We
very
have to
good, very
make
good,
it comparable.
very good,
Yes,
very
yes.
good, very good, very good. So, straight away we will not calculate 3,000 is the difference. Okay, we were supposed to work for 30,000 hours and we work for 33,000 hours. This answer is incorrect because 30,000 hours were for 25 days and 33,000 hours were for 26 days. So this 3,000 hours answer is incorrect. Now what is the correct answer? So see, fixed overhead capacity variance. Just for your understanding, I'm writing the explanation also because it's the trickiest part. So our capacity, we have the capacity to work for how many hours? 30,000 hours in 25 days. So in 26 days, what is our capacity? We have the capacity to work for how many hours? 31,200 hours in 26 days. I repeat again, our capacity was how much? In 26 days, my capacity was to work for 31,200 hours. However, we work for 33,000 hours. That is 1,800 hours I worked above my capacity. In 26 days, I have to work for 31,200 hours. But in these 26 days, I work for how many hours? Instead of 31,200 hours, I work for 33,000 hours. So it's a good sign or a bad sign for the company? Yes, everyone, just do post your answer. So it's a good sign or a bad sign for the company? Very good, Akila. Very good, Lohit. Very good, Nikunj. Very good, Mehak. Khushi, very good. Mathili, incorrect. Surinder, very good. Gaurav, very good. Gaurav, I hope you are understanding the concepts. Today is your first class. Pooja Byalal, it is incorrect. Gaurav, I hope you are thorough with what I'm discussing till now. So, Pooja and Mathili, your opinion is incorrect. Yes, Pavan. Surinder, Kambira. Forget about efficiency or inefficiency, Pavan. Forget about efficiency or inefficiency. Kambira, it is incorrect. See, I repeat again. Forget about we worked efficiently or inefficiently. I'll be covering this part here. But just from individual perspective, just like days, that we were supposed to work for 25 days, we work for 26 days. 1 day extra we work, so it's a good sign for the company. Second point, when talking about our capacity was to work for 31,200 hours, but we actually work for 33,000 hours, 1,800 hours above our capacity. Our capacity was only for 31,200 hours. But instead of 31,200 hours in 26 days, my worker did a fabulous job. They work for 33,000 hours. That is 1,800 hours. So we have the capacity to work for 31,200 hours in 26 days. However, we work for 33,000 hours. Therefore, we worked 1,800 hours above our capacity. Therefore, 1,800 hours, since it is hours, so we will not apply the rate per unit per day. We will apply the rate per hour. That is 45,000 divided by 30,000 hours. So it is 1.5 per hour. So this variance will also be favorable. I've just written for your Kambira. Hopefully your query is resolved. Anil, Pooja, Byalal, Kabira, and Anil. Anil and Pooja. I hope this part is clear to you guys. One second. Anil, any doubts?
No, sir, clear. Like actually, the cost variance we are making, like, sir, I'll simply tell you in a brief way. Like, you just tell me whether it is correct or not. Like, coming to cost, like fixed over cost variance, we are bringing that 30,000 hours to equalizing, and then we are comparing.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
First one, like fixed over cost variance, we are bringing that actually we have worked for 30,000 hours, and Like actually, we have
Better
budgeted
to
it
now see,
as a
better
30,000 hours.
Anil, I'm not getting what you're saying. Just post your query. Just type your query. I'll address your query. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, Lohit, tell me.
Sir, here in this way, fixed overhead capacity variance, I understand because we worked one additional day, there was additional hours that we had to allocate on the day-to-day basis. The same way, fixed overhead calendar variance, isn't it that we have worked an extra day, so a fixed overhead will be like will be extra for one single day of 1,800.
No. See, the point is we have already covered the overheads in cost variance. See, these extra units we manufactured. What's the reason behind these extra units? First one is the days we worked, second one is the hours we worked, and third point is that whether we completed the task on time or not.
Okay. Sir, after you finish, I think I'll ask in the last.
Yes. So these extra units are manufactured because of one day extra we worked. Further, few hours extra we work. Now let's move towards the next part, that is fixed overhead efficiency variance. That whether we worked efficiently or inefficiently, that is whether we completed the task in dedicated time or not. So let's start with this part. See, the company has given a target that 30,000 units should be manufactured in 30,000 hours. See, after calculating efficiency, I think you guys will be thorough. So the company has given a target that 30,000 units should be manufactured in 30,000 hours. This was the target set by the company. It means one unit should be manufactured in
1 hour.
1 hour. So actual output was how much? 32,500 units. So it should be completed in how many hours?
32,500 hours.
32,500 hours. See, the company has given the target that 30,000 units should be completed in 30,000 hours. So it means one unit should be completed in 1 hour. So 32,500 units should be completed in 32,500 hours. But to manufacture these 32,500 units, how many hours we consumed?
33,000.
33,000 hours. So it means 500 hours is what? My inefficiency. जो काम 32,500 hours में हो जाना चाहिए था, we took 33,000 hours. So 500 hours is what?
Adverse.
Is my inefficiency. Into, since it is hours, so we'll be applying the rate per hour 1.5. So this will be 750 adverse. Now, anyone with any doubts or queries? Lohit, now tell me what is your doubt.
Sir, yeah. From starting, if I come, I understood fixed overhead cost variance.
1 second, one more point I want to discuss. Fixed overhead remain constant at all the level of production, just like rent, just like insurance, just like salaries. Be it you manufacture 10,000 units or 10 lakh units, fixed overheads will never change. Now, let's start with the question now. Tell me.
Yeah, that I understood. So for 45,000 expense that we are doing, we will be producing 30,000 units.
Yes.
So for a unit, we are taking 1.5 rupees to produce. So to produce 3,250 units, we took we had to take 48,750 hours
These are
rupees
absorbed overheads.
absorb, but we have taken 50,000. So that is,
So since it
we
is
have
under
spent
absorption,
extra.
so this is 1250 adverse. Yes.
Yeah, so we have spent extra. I understand.
No,
Fixed.
it's not extra spent. It is under absorption. Anyways, okay, whatever you have understood, it's fine. Tell me next.
Okay. Fixed overhead expenditure variance. So,
This is basically we spent extra. We were supposed to spend 45,000 only, but we spent extra, that is 50,000. So this is 5,000 adverse.
oh, okay. Now I understood. Thank you.
Anyone else with any doubts or queries? Whatever running in your mind now, Anil, tell me what was your query? Yes, Anil. Yes, Anil, tell me. Am I audible, Anil?
So first one cost variance, it is clear. So like we are making it comparable and changing it in a proportion to actual, and we are comparing it. I'm clear with that. And coming to fixed overhead expenditure variance, we can directly uh, like compare it because it is an expense part. Like and we can, it is in like not it will not affect it by any factor, any other factor. We
Yes.
can directly compare it and uh, get the answer. I'm clear with these two. Coming to this fixed over volume variance, we got actually we have we have produced 32,500 units, but the budgeted ones are 30,000 units. The difference is 2,500 units. But we have to compute the variance part, like how much it is worthable, like coming to figure it in rupees, how much
Yes.
it is varying. So for that we have to bring it
Apply
to
the
normal
budgeted.
capacity budgeted rate, because we have to present in a normal capacity manner. Instead of why we are not taking actual rate here is in order to make it accurate, we'll be using normal rate, a normal capacity, and normal rate. That's the key part, right, sir? That's the reason for using that 1.5 per unit.
Yes.
We should not hype it, like we should not inflate it. Uh, that's the reason why we are using
Yes.
budgeted rate.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
sir. Got it, sir. Thank you. And now coming to that fixed overhead calendar variance, the difference is 1 day, and same we are
We have
using
to apply the
budgeted
budgeted
rate.
rate per day.
Budgeted.
Capacity
Yeah,
is
sir.
hours, so we have to apply the budgeted rate per hour, and efficiency you can calculate it in units or in hours. Both the
Units.
approaches are
Okay,
correct.
sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Very
you. Thank you.
wonderful class.
Mahek, the chapter is not confusing. The point is it requires practice. It's the most interesting. This standard and marginal costing weightage is 12 marks. So, and further, it will not take much of time to solve the question if you are thorough with the concept. So, as I discussed in yesterday's class, which was conducted to guide the students, so when talking about these three chapters, marginal, standard, and budgetary control, these three chapters having a weight of 30 to 35 marks. And trust me, guys, it won't take much of time to solve these questions. If you are thorough with the concepts and the question, you can solve the question in 5 minutes. So minimum, if it is of 8 marks question, you can score 8 marks in 5 minutes. So the point is, the key is practice. And if you are thorough with the concepts, you can solve this question quickly and easily. So yes, Akhila, 1 second. Basically, we take the difference amount in the volume and calendar and in capacity variance. We should make actual work done and budgeted days given and different. I'm not getting what you are saying, Akhila. So anyways, let's summarize what we have discussed till now. 45,000 overheads for 30,000 units. So for 32,500, how much? 48,750. These are my absorbed overheads. So actual overheads are 50,000. So this is under absorption. So this will be adverse. Expenditure variance straight away, 45,000 minus 50,000, 5,000 adverse. Fixed overhead volume variance. It talks about units. It talks about units. So how many units we were supposed to manufacture? 30,000 units. How many units we actually manufactured? 32,500. How much extra units we manufactured? 2,500 extra units we manufactured. Into we have to apply the rate per unit. Similarly, calendar also, we were supposed to work for 25 days. We work for how many days? 26 days. 1 day extra we work. So that's why this variance will be favorable and we will be applying the rate per day. Capacity, our capacity was to work for 31,200 hours in 26 days. How come 31,200? 30,000 hours in 25 days. So in 26 days, my capacity was to work for 31,200 hours. But in these 26 days, instead of 31,200, we worked for 33,000 hours. That is 1,800 hours we worked above our capacity. So it's a good sign for the company since it is hours, so we'll be applying the rate per hour. The next efficiency, that whether the work, see, we worked extra days, we worked extra hours, we manufactured extra units. But the question is whether we worked efficiently or inefficiently. So 500 hours was my inefficiency. So that's why this variance will be adverse. Giving you 5 minutes time to copy everything. Plus, apart from this, write down on every variance what you guys have understood, what you have understood from cost, what you have understood from expenditure, what you have understood from volume, calendar, capacity, and efficiency. Take your time of 5 to 6 minutes, copy everything, and then still, if you have any doubts, you can speak to me. I'll be discussing 5 to 6 questions for better understanding and clarity of concepts. So take your time and copy everything. Again, apart from copying this explanation, do write your comments in your notebook that this is what I have understood, this is what sir taught, and this is what I have understood. Anyone with any doubts or queries? Yes, Mehak, any doubts? Mehak, wait for some time. I think I need to discuss few more questions before giving you guys to solve the question. But I hope you are thorough with the concepts, Mehak. Till now, any doubts, Mehak? Crystal clear? Pawan Kumar, any doubts? Great. Kambira, Lohit, Mathili, any doubts? Prachi, any doubts? Very good, Nikunj. So let's proceed further. Let's say days are not given in the question. Let's say days are not given in the question. So my first question, will there be any change in cost variance? Just do post your answers. If the days are not given, will there be any change in cost variance? I want opinion from everyone. Yes, Lohit. Okay, great. Everyone, I received your answer. Very good, everyone. So if the days are given, there will be no change. Sorry, if the days are not given, there will be no change in cost. Second question, will there be any change in expenditure variance? Very good, everyone. So there will be no change in expenditure variance because it has nothing to do with the days. See, guys, I have changed the question now. The days are not given in the question. So there will be no change in expenditure variance. Third point, will there be any change? Will there be any change in overhead volume variance? Yes. Waiting for your answers. Very good, everyone. Okay, Surinder, you said yes. Can you please explain? There will be no change in volume variance. We can straight away calculate volume variance as 30,000 units we were supposed to manufacture. We manufactured 32,500 units. So the answer will be the same. Now let's proceed further.
Sir, the budgeted and actual variance will be same.
No, this is the question. Assuming this is the question.
Okay.
Assume this is the question. So how you will calculate cost variance? 45,000 for 30,000 units. So for 32,500, how much? This much minus 50,000. Now second part, if it is expenditure variance, 45 minus 50. If it is volume variance, straight away we can calculate volume variance also. That is 30,000 units we were supposed to manufacture and we manufactured 32,500 units. So 2,500 units extra. So if this is the question, the calculation, there will be no change. Now next question, since the days are not given, so calendar variance will be calculated or not? We won't be able to calculate only because the days are not given. So straight away we will write down capacity variance. We will not be able to calculate calendar variance. We will straight away calculate capacity variance. And straight away capacity variance, since days are not given, so we will assume that the days are same. So straight away our capacity was for how many hours? 30,000 hours. We work for how many hours? 33,000 hours. How much hours extra we worked? 3,000 hours. Into the rate per hour, 1.5. So this will be 4,500 favorable. Any doubts in this capacity variance? Anyone with any doubts or queries? Since the days are not given, so we will assume that the days are same. So straight away, our capacity was to work for 30,000 hours. We work for 33,000 hours. 3,000 hours extra we worked. So into the rate per hour, that is 1.5. This is not efficiency, Nikunj. Let's come to efficiency now. Efficiency variance also no change. 30,000 units, 30,000 hours. One unit, 1 hour. So 32,500 units, 32,500 hours. But we actually took 33,000 hours. So 500 hours is my inefficiency into the rate per hour 1.5. So this will be 750 adverse. No change in efficiency also. So I request you guys to copy this solution again. This is a new question, question number 2 for fixed overhead. I request you guys to solve the question once again. Please copy everything once again. Put down the heading that if the days are not given. Write down this question and copy the entire solution once again.
Sir, when the days exists, the variance will be adjusted among, like, in case of increase in a days, like in case of a difference in budgeted days and actual days, the override variance will be adjusted among calendar and capacity variances,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes.
That's obvious, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
sir.
Again, do make a note of it. Calendar, capacity, efficiency, the total will be volume. Volume plus expenditure will be cost. So if days are not given, no need to calculate calendar variance. But yes, there will be a change in capacity variance, dear. 30,000 hours, 33,000 hours. So earlier the capacity variance was different in this question. I
Sir,
hope it
but
is.
there is no change in the efficiency variance, sir.
Yeah, no change in efficiency
Yeah,
variance.
yes, sir.
Mehak, I hope this part is clear. Yes, Mehak. Mehak. So please
Yes, sir.
copy this part. So guys, now, very important, those who have not completed the homework on material and labor variances, please complete it by next session, that is on Tuesday. Tuesday we'll be discussing standard costing again. We'll be discussing few questions on fixed overhead variances plus few missing figure questions also. And one more point is left out in fixed overhead, so I'll be discussing that part also. So our homework for today is first complete your homework of material and labor, and third, next point is the same question. Try to solve it again and again using the concepts rather than memorizing the formula. Try to speak the concepts again and again. Okay, this is what I have understood. This is what I have understood. So speak up when you are writing the solution. Speak up that, okay, this is what I have understood. This is the way it is to be done. So try to solve the same question twice or thrice. Once done, then I think you will feel much better with fixed overheads. Rest. Enough for today. See you guys on Tuesday. Till then, please take care of yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much
Thank
for your time and patience and for active
Good day.
participation in the session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Bye bye. Admin sir, I'm done. Admin sir, are you there?
Recording stopped.